Hello, in this video we will analyze Bodhicaryavatara, chapter 6, verse 29. Nityo hyachetanashchatma vyomavad spashtamakriyaha pratyayantara sangepi nirvikarasya ka kriya. And now I'll do it with the text up. Nityo hyachetanashchatma vyomavad spashtamakriyaha pratyayantara sangepi nirvikarasya ka kriya. For the Atman is eternal and unthinking. Unthinking maybe not doesn't quite capture it all, because in Buddhist psychology, the chetana from chitta, root chit, chetana. Let me give you the iPad. The root chit, from which we have now chitta, same in Sanskrit and Pali, and chetana. The chitta is the heart mind, for want of a better translation. Chetana is, so to speak, an act of the chitta. It's often regarded as an intention, an intentional wanting, an intention to do. It's a feminine noun, chetana. We now are going to turn it into an adjective, meaning unthinking, not having any chetana. So we put the a in the sense that does not negate the word. It now turns it into an adjective, meaning not having. So if something is achetana, and as usual, this is a feminine noun ending in a long a. We now turn it into an adjective, so it becomes an akaranta shabda, just a word ending in a short a, and it behaves like any other adjective ending in a short a. So chetana, and if you want to make it into a masculine, nominative masculine singular, chetanaha. Atma, the Atman, is a masculine noun, which is why here we have in this verse achetanaha or achetanascha, and without chetana. And nitya, meaning permanent, and that's the one that we have in Pali as nitya, nitya, standard phonetic mutation, and put the a in front of it, and then that becomes impermanent, anicca. So nityo hyachetanashchatma, for the Atman, this he seems to have for me the again as before, as in the previous verse, the meaning of for, meaning because. I say this because. So nityo hyachetanashchatma, for the Atma is nitya, permanent, achetanascha, and without chetana. Vyomavat spashtamakriyaha. The vyoma means the sky, space. Vyomavat, if you put the adjectival suffix vat in its kind of neuter stem form there, vyomavat, that means space-like. Vyomavat spashtamakriyaha. Spashtam, visibly, obviously, evidently. It originally means just seen. In other words, we can all see it for ourselves. Akriyaha. motion without doing anything. It doesn't do any deed. It doesn't do any act. Now here again, rather like cetana, an act of the chitta, an intention of the chitta. Let me full screen, and it turned into an adjective, a cetana. Here also we have kriya, which is a feminine noun ending in a long a, but we want to make an adjective of it, meaning without having any kriya, something that does not do anything, from which no kriya, from which no act emanates. So we put the a in front of it to negate it. And now nominative masculine singular, a kriya, because it's now transformed itself into an adjective of the most common a declension, a kriya. So remember the feminine noun kriya, turn it into an adjective without kriya, without something that does not do anything, becomes akriyaha, and that explains the akriyaha at the end of the first verse. It's turned itself into a masculine singular, nominative masculine singular adjective. Now this spashtam, there is well, we know that there's the root drish, to see, and he, she, it sees is pashya, to use a different root for the present. And that's how it's normally treated. Root drish, but the present stem uses a different root, pashyati. There does actually exist a root pash, meaning to see, but it's one of these verbs that split itself into, for an ordinary standard usage, it's split itself into two separate roots, rather like our English verb to go. In the past tense, we don't say goed, we said went. We use a different root, and we have the same phenomenon in Italian. You know, andare, to go. For I go, we don't say ando. It doesn't give. Say vado, we use a different root. And similarly for the French, aller, you know, je vais, not j'aille. So we have two different roots then for conjugating in practical terms what is the same verb. Now, long ago, this root pash had an S in front of it. You do find that occasionally an S can appear and disappear. So the old root was actually spash. Now, in Indo-European etymology, we do find quite frequently that the Sanskrit sh, that's that's this in Devanagari represented by sh, palatal sh, very frequently turns up as a k sound in the equivalent words in Greek and Latin. Now this spash turns up in Latin as the root spec, which we all know, spectacles, inspect, circumspect, respect. These all meaning looking. Inspect, looking into something. If you suspect, you look under it. You're suspicious. You want to look under it. You don't trust what it says on the surface. You suspect it. You want to look under it to find out more. So that's the same root spec that we have has come into modern English. Now, spashtam just means seen, so we have spash plus ta, past participle, and it standard feature of internal sandhi, wherever you get a sh plus a t, that becomes shta. And we see it in this phenomenon, drish plus ta becomes drishta. That's where we get this, make it into a T instead of a ta. Drishti meaning a seeing, the act of seeing, and therefore a view. And that's the one that comes into Pali as a ditti, standard phonetic mutation there, as in samaditi, right view. So go back to spashta now. Spashta means seen. Put it in the as a neuter adjective, used adverbially. So spashtam, seen, meaning as can be seen. So evidently, obviously. And that's what we're seeing happening here. So spashtam here, spashtam, akriyaha. Evidently, obviously, we can see that it is akriyaha, not doing anything. Pratyayantara sangepi nirvikarasya kakriya. Now here we have the kriya used as a full noun, feminine noun, kakriya, what, action, what, doing. So nirvikarasya kakriya. Vikara means a change. Kara are doing, vikara, making something other than what it was before. Vikara, meaning a change of form or nature. And if something is nirvikara, it is unchanging. So nirvikarasya, of the unchanging, kakriya, what action, what doing. So what doing can there be? What action or activity can there be from something that does not change? So of the unchanging, what action? So a pratyaya, that's often translated as a conditioning factor, and the absolutive form is pratitya, from which we have the paticca samuppada, the condition co-arising. So the pratyaya, give you the in fact, prati plus aya, meaning from oops. That's from the verbal noun from the root I. Prati aya becomes by santi pratyaya, and that's the one that in Pali becomes pachaya. Means actually something without which is something pratyaya. The basic physical meaning of it is leaning against or relying on something for support. So the pratyaya is that the support of that which without which something else cannot exist, but often has the meaning of a conditioning factor. Back to text. Here we are. So antara is a word with several meanings, but when it's used as the second member of a compound, it very often means other. So pratyaya antara means another conditioning factor. Sangha, going together, so in contact with. So pratyayantara sange api, pratyaya antara sange api, other conditioning factor, in contact, even. So even in contact, even when it comes into contact with other conditioning factors, what action can there be from something that does not change? Pratyayantara sangepi nirvikarasya kakriya. So I'll read this through once more. Nityo hyachetanashchatma vyomavad spashtamakriyaha pratyayantara sangepi nirvikarasya kakriya. Once more before we wind up. Nityo hyachetanashchatma vyomavad spashtamakriyaha pratyayantara sangepi nirvikarasya kakriya. And that's it on this video.